Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. In this video we'll be continuing our highlight series on the upcoming SFO GRIMHAMMER patch known as Kings and Raiders. This video will focus on Tretch Craventail and Clan Rictus. Tretch and Clan Rictus were unfortunately added into the Total War Warhammer series when the FLC Lords were generally implemented as more generic factions more than anything else. There are a few mechanics that make him somewhat unique, but the changes introduced in SFO GRIMHAMMER transforms Clan Rictus to take a more lore-friendly approach in-game, so let's not waste any more time and check out these changes. The majority of Clan Rictus faction effects will stay as in their vanilla form. This is because of course they work rather well. However, some alterations and new additions have come into play. For example, there's the introduction of a new legendary lord and new Rictus storm vermin. We'll see them soon enough. The public order bonus for breaking a diplomatic treaty has been increased by 1 to +5. This might seem like a minor addition, but it does help greatly. And finally, the addition of diplomatic relations -100 with the faction of Clan Moors. We discussed this earlier in the Clan Moors video, where the feeling is entirely mutual. This is because both clans themselves have very similar styles of fighting, so it makes sense to put them against each other. Tretch himself has received a brand new skill tree. This is the inclusion of 10 brand new skills, and they focus around the buffing of Skaven slaves faction-wide. Bear in mind that each set of skills is divided into groups of 2, and when you unlock one, the other will lock. Despite the general weakness of Skaven slaves, and regardless of what difficulty, they've always been generally favoured above all others. So these upgrades might make them a tad more useful, especially when you're trying to form up armies quickly or bringing them as reinforcing forces. Clan Rictus will see a few changes to their construction tab. Firstly, there is a new defensive building which has 2 specific tiers, available first at tier 3 and lastly at tier 4. This works as a further garrison to your already defensive forces. The building itself, when fully upgraded, will provide a number of benefits. A main point here is that it will increase the weapon strength by 4% and reduce the upkeep by 4% for all Skaven slave units in all armies faction-wide. Again, further increasing the use of slave units in your rosters. But one main thing here is that it will also give rather large bonuses to the armies within that province. This itself is rather useful, considering that your main faction mechanic relies you breaking diplomatic treaties, thus lowering your reliability quite heavily and ending up in a lot of unwanted wars. You would have also noticed that there is a brand new addition to the basic melee building tree. This is the Rictus Armory, which will provide a few extra bonuses, increasing those already generated from the 3rd tier, and also give you access to the Rictus Storm Vermin. I noticed in my brief overview video that there were a few fears regarding the introduction of a slave mechanic rather than boosting up Storm Vermin, but don't you worry, it's not just this building which focuses on the buffing of Storm Vermin. If you want a lore-friendly experience with Clan Rictus and want to heavily feature Storm Vermin in your army, you can easily do so, especially after using the new tree implemented into the Technology tab. This itself will focus on a wide variety of benefits, many of which will provide bonuses towards your Storm Vermin. Of course, there are other benefits from this new branch, like for example increasing income from trade, but the main focus of this branch is to upgrade your Storm Vermin. These technologies take inspiration from vanilla Norsca, where you'll only be able to have access to specific ones after capturing specific settlements. Please bear in mind that this tree in particular is much more effective in the Mortal Empires, as a large majority of these settlements are not available in the Eye of the Vortex campaign. You'll still be able to make use of some of them, but not all. As you work your way through this branch, your storm vermin will get more and more powerful, extra armor, vigor reduction, and so on, to the point that they can more or less rival even the most heavily armored of units. A small note to point out here is that the Clan Rictus clanstone, as like every other clanstone already available in Total War Warhammer, has been updated to better represent the clan that is using them. A new legendary lord is available for Clan Rictus at turn 1. Rickrock Sliceblade is a melee-focused legendary lord which is able to do a decent amount of damage in his own right. The character serves to act as reinforcements towards Tretch. His main bonuses are that towards leadership, but he also is able to reinforce other armies from a greater distance. He will also be able to buff up the storm vermin in his own army, and has a decent amount of bonuses in terms of post-battle loot and for raiding. Sliceblade's own character trait is known as Swift Violence, and provides the following bonuses. Charge bonus plus 10% for the Lord's army, Public Order -2 for enemy local provinces, Melee defense plus 10 for Tretch Craventail, own characters in region, which means that his army is best served following Tretch, and finally melee attack plus 10 when in foreign territory. On screen right now are the units only available to Clan Rictus through SFO GRIMHAMMER. Something of interest to note in regards to the Rictus Storm Vermin is that their stats don't vary that much when compared to the generic Storm Vermin. They aren't that different, only that the fact that Clan Rictus Storm Vermin are just slightly more so, and it is important to note that this was done seemingly quite intentionally. The main idea lore-wise is that the Rictus Storm Vermin were always considered to be just a bit better than the average ones. The main difference, of course, is more entities within a unit, thus leading to more HP, and a tad more leadership. While that might not seem like much, more entities and more leadership can drastically change a course of a battle. Visually, there is no difference in regards to the units on the battlefield, but this, I believe, was done quite intentionally, as they are still generic storm vermin, just Clan Rictus produces better ones. If that's the case, I think it's rather smart and done quite well, which will lead to the eventual replacement of the standard storm vermin to the Clan Rictus ones. Kings and Raiders is due out very soon, and I believe that this gives more incentive for players to try out a Clan Rictus campaign. Now you can have a legion of storm vermin, and they'll be actually quite useful as compared to their vanilla counterparts. If you want more information regarding the upcoming SFO patch, please make sure to use the link in the description below, which will take you to the official SFO Discord. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.